Howdy everybody, Steve here, KM9G. You are being lied to. I wasn't sure I was going to share this with you folks, but I gotta let the truth out. You're being lied to by Yaesu about the power output on your FT818817 radios. The owner's manual clearly states that you shouldn't be getting this much power out, but you are. So you're being lied to in a good way? I don't know. A couple of channel watchers have made comments on some prior videos where I'm doing some battery testing on this radio and said that even though it says it's putting out 2.5 watts, it's really putting out more than 2.5 watts. And then internally, there is a sensor that when the battery voltage drops below a certain level, then it will start putting out less power. Let's go take a look and see what kind of power we're actually getting out of this thing. And are we happy about it? I don't know. Let's go. Okay, so normally a power output test is one of the first things I do when I get a radio. And for some reason, I didn't do it on this radio. Let's turn this on. And we can't turn it on because there's no power. So I'm going to take this power cord and plug it into my power source. My power! And now the radio comes on and we are on external power, and that says 13.9 volts. And we have nothing displayed on the power indicator section down here. It's a little hard to see all this, so I'll try and do a little bit of narration for you, but I wanted to make sure I got both screens in. What I've got is the FT818 plugged into the power meter, plugged into the dummy load that's hiding off behind the power meter. This allows me to put a signal out and test what it is. I'm in CW mode, so I'm going to put out as much power as I possibly can. So with no power setting indicated on the radio's display, and on external power at 13.9 volts, I should get 6 watts of output. 5.54 out. Okay, nothing to complain about, not bad. Not 6 watts, but not bad. I'm gonna hit the power change button, and now it's an L with 3 bars next to it, and an L with 3 bars next to it is supposed to be 5 watts. Let's take a look. 4.57. Okay, not 5 watts, but not terrible. I'm gonna hit the power meter again. That's L with 2 bars next to it, which is L2, and this should be 2.5 watts out. And we're at 2.0. Okay, and then the last one is L with 1 bar next to it, and this should be 1 watt out. 2.4. Okay, so that's higher than indicated. I don't know why I'd want 1 watt other than just to play around, but you know, it is what it is. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unplug that power cable, and the radio goes off, and the radio does not come on at all. We are going to turn on, via the switch on the charge hatch, the internal battery. This is the WinCamp 3000 milliamp hour battery on the inside, and we are all in the same modes, no power indicated, no power indicator at all on the screen, which shouldn't happen. We should have a blinking power indicator, but we're at 12.1 volts. Let's see what kind of output we get. 5.45, and when you start to transmit, the power indicator starts to blink an L and 2, but it's still 5.45, and that should be 2.5 watts out. I'm going to change the power indicator down to L3, and L3 shouldn't exist on the internal battery, but that's okay. 4.51, and it started to blink again. Again, that should be 2.5 watts or non-existent. So I'm going to switch it again down to L2, 2 watts out, and that should be 2.5 watts out, so lower than expected. So we're all over the map here. L1, this should be 1 watt out on internal battery, 2.35, okay. And then back to full power, we're at 12.0 volts on the internal battery, 5.45 out, and L2 blinking. So there you go. A Lion radio, a Lion Yaesu, I don't know. It's more power in some cases, less power in others. At the end of the day, I don't know that it's going to make that much of a difference in your contacts that you're trying to make, but it's a thing. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about the output of the radio and where you would want it to be under which circumstances, external power, internal power, blah, blah, blah. I'm surprised. I'm kind of shocked, actually. Either way, there's a video right over here I think you'll enjoy next. Thanks for being awesome. I'll see you over there.